What's up? What's up? What's up? It is a lot going on out here in this world. So I'm going to play a video on my YouTube. I played it on my Instagram. So I'm going to replay it on YouTube because a lot of people are not taking social distancing very, very serious when it comes to this pandemic. So this guy got into the store and he did something so crazy. I'm going to play that video right quick. He went to the store and he was screaming, "Liberate the people." He was removing the signs, the signs they have in a grocery store that you're supposed to social distance, you're supposed to, you know what I'm saying? So this guy, I believe he was white, was removing the signs because some people don't believe in social distancing. Some people don't believe that Corona is real. Some just don't believe it. I don't know why they don't believe it. Maybe because they're listening to Trump. Who knows? But it is real. So let me play this video. You see that? He out there literally like removing the signs. I'm like, this is crazy. When I saw the video, I'm like, are you dumb? Like, these people, I just, y'all get some common sense. Y'all don't just watch the TV and believe conspiracy theories all day. I don't understand people. I was talking with somebody earlier today and they were talking about, Wiley, I don't believe in this conspiracy with Rona. I don't believe it's not real. It's a bunch of fake news. And I'm like, okay, you believe that it's a bunch of fake news and you take your butt out there with a mask to see what happened. It is real. I was reading an article today somewhere in Texas that they had lost like 17, 18 people at a nursing home had lost their life due to Rona. So it is real. Be careful. Don't be out here going to these stores talking about ripping up a sign. Don't go in these stands. If they tell you to put on a mask, then put on the mask. Don't go up into no store and be want to argue and fight. Be like, I don't want to put on no mask. That's not cool. Because I want to say that to you 100%. Like, it's real out here, and if you don't believe that it's real, okay, you keep on taking that risk. Now, I want to get into Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey and she have literally shown the Black community that she's down with the Black community. I know she took like a hit, her and Gayle King, because how she did the Michael Jackson piece. A lot of Black folks not dealing with her, and how Gayle King interviewed Kobe Bryant friend and brought up his allegations about him. So everybody have not been checking for Oprah or Gayle. But Oprah Winfrey, she's now on this role of putting out billboards, I believe 26 billboards in Kentucky to help bring awareness and help, charges for Breonna Taylor killers. Because still to this day, all of those folks that did this to Breonna Taylor, went in her home and killed her, those police officers have not been arrested yet. So she have put a billboard. She putting up 26 of them. So this is how it's going to look. Y'all see that. And for the first time in 20 some years, Oprah Winfrey is going to let Breonna Taylor be on the cover of the Oprah Winfrey magazine. So I'm excited for that. I think that she should use her platform, her massive platform, for attention. I do believe that as a, public figure, someone that is a billionaire, that have so much capital in this world, not even just in this country, in this world, I think that it just need to be, she should be out here fighting for justice and equality for Breonna Taylor. And if anybody else can bring awareness to it, it should be Oprah, because Oprah is very powerful in the Black community. Now, Oprah rarely have taken a stance like this in a long time. So if she did, it probably was behind the scenes, but she have taken a public stance. Even she came out and criticized, some white folks. She was like, white folks need to understand, even though they weren't a part of like slavery, they wasn't owning slaves and different things. It wasn't them that did it, but their whiteness, they still have a head start because of them being white. That's a part of white privilege. So many words. And so people was like, wow, is this Oprah talking, being conscious like this? I was like, yes, this is Oprah Winfrey. And I think she's starting to listen to her people and saying like, Oprah, you got to get on board with us and not go against us. She did drop out of, she was doing a documentary. Who was she doing a documentary on? It was somebody else that she was about to do a doc. She was about to executive produce a documentary. I forgot his name. Oh my God. Is it Ronald Simmons? What's his guy's name? But I know she pulled out of that documentary because she was like, oh, this ain't fun. Because, you know, black folks criticize. They're like, what are you doing yet again? Taking down a black man. Like, what are you doing? So she had pulled out from that. And then ever since then, now she's conscious. Now she's putting out billboards. Now she's putting Breonna Taylor in the magazine. So this is major because usually, and most people that are subscribed to her magazine is a lot of white people, a lot of white women subscribe to the Oprah magazine. So what she's trying to do is raise their consciousness and for them to be calling Kentucky to applying pressure to that state to bring awareness. Yeah, Russell Simmons. Thank you. How she did with Russell Simmons. So I remember in that regard when she was like, oh, I'm about to executive produce this documentary. And then she pulled out and she was like, the reason why I pulled out because they would know you pulled out because black folks was criticizing you or was roasting you, and even Russell Simmons even spoken up because I didn't hear too much about that documentary. I don't even think Russell Simmons even got quote unquote canceled because I didn't even watch it because I just got tired of it. Like all of these documentaries, like where's these people at going to the cops? Where's the prison? I mean, where is the DNA records? Do we get his side of the story? Why are we just automatically believing one side? And I just have an issue. That's one of my only critical piece of the Me Too movement is that we're believing one person's side, and what we should believe in is investigating, getting all parties, let the police investigate these matters before we rush to judgment and counsel these people. Because what if that person or persons is innocent? So that's why I'm on. I get a lot of criticism. Say, hey, Wiley, you need to be standing up for the victim. I do stand up for the victim, but I need to know if that's a victim or not a victim. That's why I said we should investigate before we make that decision. That is just my personal opinion when it comes to the Me Too movement or the Time's Up. It's nothing wrong with saying, hey, investigate, instead of just automatically coming up to a conclusion. What if you are wrong? Are you going to have that same energy and say, hey, I apologize for destroying your life, lying on you, and you lost everything because I believed a lie? I don't see that same energy that comes out. Even with Brian Banks, when that black woman lied on him, and she was a sister, lied on him, stopped his career. He was on his way to being a football star, and she lied and said he did this to her. Nothing happened like that. It was all a lie, and he lost everything. Never could get a good, strong football career, and she's still walking around free. Even her and her mother got paid from the school district from lying on him. So I'm like, that's just a viable lesson to say, hey, let's investigate. Let's get all the facts before we just automatically believe the somebody that is accused of something. Oh, you're going to be in a situation like Brian Banks, locked up in prison, and you're saying I'm innocent, no proper. And even with his story, what make his story so interesting, when I was watching the movie, they didn't even really look at investigate. They literally just took her side of the story. They just took her side of the story, and that man spent years in prison, all because she lied. And people tell me, well, people don't lie for getting art, I said people do lie. Never think that people do not lie. Well, who will lie for something like that? People have lied. People will lie for that. That's why you investigate. But I'm not going to have the mentality, well, people don't really lie and all that. Like, no, they do lie. Who told that people don't lie? I'm not saying that all of them lie, no. But let's not act as though that line don't go on when you accusing somebody of something. That's why I said you should investigate the matter. That's what I said. Period, point blank. And if you don't like what I said, you always welcome to call in and give your opinion, and you can tell me why. But we're gonna have a conversation, but I'm not gonna be bullied or strong on to believe and to subscribe to what you believe in this particular topic because I'm a man. You accuse me of something. Allow the investigation to come through before you come to a conclusion, because you can be out here lying and out here accusing people with false information. Now, I'm reading some of y'all comments. So if y'all comments, somebody said, "You're so right. Me too." It's out of hand and goes too far too quickly. And then by the time, and then what if, and then you never get the energy of the person being innocent, right? You never get that type of energy. So I'm like this: if you lie on somebody and they lose everything because of that, then you should be charged 100% as well. Just like officers, if even with this Breonna Taylor, because I have her pitch still up, and this just came to my mind. If a police officer come and just kill an unarmed person, I personally believe that the family should also go after the state, the city, and also that officer personally, financially as well. I don't think that officers would be able to live comfortable knowing that they had killed Breonna Taylor. And all of this no-knock warrant, that should have never been in real. You, and anytime you are giving out a warrant, and you out here and you have a warrant, you should be able to knock on the door and say, "Hey, I'm Officer so-and-so. We're here to serve a warrant. Please open up the door." It shouldn't be that you bust open the door, we're not knocking on, and then the person that you're looking for, what I've heard, was already in jail, wasn't even in the house, and then this innocent black woman is just dead. Like that to me. And then also too, and I just got inspired to say this, we have to give more energy to when our sisters are getting killed by the police, like we give that same energy when black men are getting killed. We have to keep that same energy. We're not giving that same type of energy when it comes to the Breonna Taylors of the world like we do to George Floyd. We have to give that same energy because our sisters are dying as well as our brothers are dying in the streets. It's just like, it is what it is. And we have to give that same energy. And it's so much that you can't even keep up. Then you got to be worried. Then you got to bring awareness to the trans sisters that are getting killed by police. So it's a lot. It is a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot that's going on. That's what I'm saying. When people say it's nothing to do, oh, it's plenty things to do in this world. You could be out here passing out flyers, calling the governor of Kentucky, calling Mitch McConnell. You could be, it's so much. Never say, "I don't have nothing to do, I'm bored." It's plenty work out here. And if you say you ain't got nothing to do, you just lazy. Because it's like I said, it is plenty work to do out here in this world. And if you don't believe me, keep on and then call me and I can tell you it's plenty work to be done. So I'm asking everybody, let's continue. Let's go on the website. Let's continue to call the governor. Let's continue to do that on Monday. Reverend Barber, the Poor People's Campaign, they're going to be streaming. So I'm going to be live on IG. I've got to get my other phone right. So I'm going to be calling Mitch McConnell office. So that's going to be on Monday. They're doing another Moral Monday as well. And then also I will be bringing back my Station Head show on Monday night as well. So I'm excited for that. So if you don't have an iPhone, you can tune in with your Android, and I'll put all that information. And of course, I'll be on Patreon as well. But Monday we'll be back.
Yes. Have you heard?
Yes, Monday
the Wiley Show is
back on station. I'm excited for that. I've been gone for a while, and I said, "Hey," and I'm like, "Okay, let's go back." I think it's quite fun. I'm here for the competition. I'm here for it, and it's like a big audience that is on station here that I can tap into another market. So I'm excited for it. So tomorrow I'll be up doing different station head shows, calling into different shows all day Saturday. I will be doing some shows. I'll be calling into some shows on Sunday, and then I will premiere my show on Monday.
Yes. Have you heard? The Wiley Show is expanding and will now be on Station Head every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's right. Download Station Head today. You won't, because you don't want to miss Wiley being raw and unfiltered. The Wiley Show every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on Station Head.
Let's do it, yo.
I'm excited. I'm super excited for Monday. I will be back on Station Air. I can't wait for that. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait for that. I'm going to do it again Monday nights. And we are streamed on Patreon for those that don't have an iPhone. For those that do have an Android, you can listen to it. You just have to it's a certain way that you can listen to it on your computer. So we will have all the instructions. So Saturday, I'm gonna be breaking it down. Sunday, I'm gonna be breaking down how to listen. And then, of course, all day during the day, Monday. So it will be no excuse of you not knowing how to listen. If you don't have no computer or no laptop, we'll be live on Patreon. So it'll be ways for you to listen. So you won't feel that you're left out of not listening. We have a special guest that we'll be interviewing on Monday, like a conversation, listen to music. And if you don't hear the music, let me say this, child, Lord have mercy. If you don't hear the music when we playing it on station, it's because you ain't subscribed to Apple and you ain't got no Spotify subscription. You must have an Apple subscription or a Spotify subscription, a streaming service. If you don't have that, if you don't hear no sound, it's because we playing music. So I just had to say that because some people are like, I don't hear what's going on. Well, if you ain't got no subscription, you ain't gonna be able to hear. So we're gonna have a good time on Monday night. So I want to see y'all there. Okay, now let's get into there's some holes in this house. Now, we reviewed that song WAP yesterday. We reviewed it yesterday. I want to thank you to the hundreds of people that were tuned in yesterday. I was extremely tired to the bone. When I tell you I was so tired, but I was inspired because sometimes you have to take that risk and put that time in. It is no way I would have reached them type of numbers by just, going live today, talking about the video. We did it right after the video dropped, and you all were there calling in. So this is why I tell you the show is so important, that I'm so dedicated. But while we reviewed the episode, most of you agreed that Meghan and Stallion did an incredible job on the record. Me listening to the record yet again, and I listened to it again, the explicit version, I'm falling in love with both ladies. By just looking at the video, I wish that I would have listened to the explicit version first. I would have said, okay, but looking at the video, the way how Meghan delivery was, I see Meghan still, to me, did a great job. Cardi B, listening to the explicit version, she didn't do a terrible job. It's just Meghan was more, she brought more to the song. And that's what that is. So when I reviewed that and most people agreed with what I was saying, I also want to get into this. Now, speaking of Meghan and Stallion, Cardi B new record, WAP, it have been not going out with some controversy. So a DJ by the name of Jayhood got on his platform, and he said, give me a second while I pulled that up. He got up on his platform and he said that that beat sounds similar to his beat. That beat for what sounds similar. So let me break it down. He posted on here, is it me or does the new record WAP? He added Cardi B, he added Megan Thee Stallion, did sound like the beat I did for DJ Wiley record he had out a few years back. So I'm going to just show it to you. I'm not going to play it because, baby, they snatching lives down when you play it, so I ain't taking the risk. So you have to go to my IG and see it and hear it for yourself. But this is him. This is the DJ Jayhood. You see it with the short hair. And you clearly see he have long hair now. Now, he went live with Mob Radio. And Mob Radio, first of all, I want to say First of all, let me get a round of applause for Mob Radio for breaking that exclusive, because she was the only one and nobody else was talking about it except us today. But she broke that exclusive with interviewing DJ Jayhood. Let me give her a round of applause for that. Let me give her a round of applause. We gonna open up the phone line, but give me a second. She interviewed DJ Jayhood, and while interviewing him, he said, listen, the beat sound similar. He said, I could be wrong, but I could be right. And he's not blaming Cardi B for this. He said, I'm blaming the producers because the producers must have did this. I'm not blaming Cardi B because producers, they get a song, they produce, they send it to the artists like it, or is it a yay or a nay? So you don't know if they stole it or not stole it, or copied or not copied. You just like the beat. I have been in a couple of studios in my life. Like I said, I used to manage an artist back in the day, and you hear a beat and you are not saying that the beat could be stolen. And we didn't find out. I've been in this situation where somebody I was managing, we had a beat and it was like somebody else, a mainstream artist, and we couldn't even sell the record. So I can understand that. But when you listen to his beat and that beat, it is similar. You cannot. I'm telling you, when you listen to both of them, you'll be like, okay, this is the same. So we need to have a conversation. So the beats, a lot of you all keep on talking about, he's talking about the production. This is where it gets funky. He's not talking about there's some whole, he's talking about the beats, his production of the record, not the sample. He's talking about his production. Production wise, he's saying that it is similar. Not if because they did ask a question when Millie interviewed him. He said, did you get permission to sample this record? He said no. When he sent it to this radio DJ Wiley to do that record, he said that's up to him to get clearance. He said it's not up to the producer to get clearance. Once you send the record to the artist, it's up to the artist to get the clearance for the record. So that's what he said. But he said he could be wrong that they did this, or he could be right. And he kept saying, he said, I kept, being robbed in the industry and people stealing from me, and I'm speaking up for myself because if you understand the stuff that happened to me, you understand why I'm coming out saying what I'm saying, not letting this slide. So when you even YouTube him, he have videos that have millions of views. He's not chasing clout. He did a record with Fetty Wap. He's from New Jersey. Y'all, I'm from New Jersey. And he said he's not doing that. Now, a couple of people in the comments saying some stuff in the comments, and they were like, let me see if I can scroll to it. They were like, this is a sample. It's a popular one. It's been used by many other artists and DJs throughout the years and decades. And DJ Hood said, we're not talking about the sample. Then somebody else said, let me scroll in so y'all can see the comments like me. Give me a second. I'm going to go all the way in so y'all can see these comments. They said, nothing new. The industry been joking Jersey vibe for a long time. Then somebody else said, but you keep letting it happen. Lawyer the F up. They said, ain't nobody just letting it happen. It ain't that simple. And it's not that simple. People just talk about lawyer. It's a process. But I hear what he said. They said, how were they able to clear it? Did you sell the beat to someone? Because that's the point. Intentionally stealing just to get sued. LOL. They said, I feel you, but got some lawyers so you can get a bag. Even if you let them rock copyright infringement, you need a copyright lawyer or something. They said, bro, they ain't even try to hide it. They said, he put laughing emoji. So I hear what it is. And he went on Millie Show, and she broke the exclusive. And I want to wish him well. And he's recently engaged. So congratulations on that. But if you click on it, the new normal to think someone is stealing, that was me. The hook sound the same, not the beat. So somebody said the hooks are the same, and they even talked about the beat, like how how you can have a beat and you can switch things up, like the hi-hat. In some ways he was trying to explain it. To me, it sounded similar, but I give credit to Millie because she didn't get up there trying to drag Cardi B or try to drag them and say they stole the record and all of that. That's one thing I do give credit for her, because she didn't do that. She allowed the man to talk and have the conversation. So she didn't get up there and say, hey, let's drag and all that type of stuff. Like, no, she didn't do that. She allowed the man to speak and to have the conversation. And that's one thing I love about her in that regard. She did not drag the man and be like, hey, Cardi B, she stole the record and all that. Like, no, she didn't do that. She actually allowed the man to have a conversation. And let me clarify. The interview that I heard the 20-minute clip, which whatever the segment she put out on her YouTube, that's a segment. I did not watch the entire live. So if anybody that's seen the 2-hour live she did or the 3-hour live she did, I didn't watch the 2 and 3 hour live. I only watched the segment that she uploaded to YouTube of interviewing DJ Jayhood. Period. Let me make that perfectly clear. While if you look up Hoes of This House, you will hear multiple songs that sound similar. People do Queen playing music. It was stolen. That Black, That Yellow is hers, and she's currently in litigation over it. Absolutely. So just I hear it. Once I did my due diligence, you do hear a lot of people were using it. So I'm like, what year he did his? I don't know what he's talking. He was talking about the beat production. Mind you, I am not a record producer, so I don't know, or engineer. I don't know. But what I do know is that man posted on his page, and let's for y'all can see what he wrote on here. Let's go. Let me show y'all what he wrote on his page. He wrote this. He said, where's the caption? He said, is it me or does this new record WAP at Cardi B at the Stallion did sound like the beat I did for DJ Wiley record he had out a few years back? Swipe right. I don't know. Smile, producer's jacket. I'm not blaming Meg or Cardi. By the way, I love them. Okay. So I'm going to leave him a voice note and to get an understanding and see if he will reply. And I'm going to bring up that point that a lot of people have been using that in all these beats sound similar. Why just target, Cardi and Meg? What's up? This is Wiley from the Wiley Show. I did hear you on Millie show, my radio show, and I'm trying to understand, like, you're coming at the Meg or Cardi B saying that producer probably copied off your beat, but I'm trying to understand, a lot of people have the similar beat, so why just target them? Is it something that we don't know that you're trying to explain? Because I'm trying to understand, because if I listen to other records, they have the same similar beat. So why just target them? Are you going after everybody that didn't copy your beat, or did you take a style from somebody else? I'm just trying to make this make sense. Okay, so I sent him that, so hopefully he'll respond, because I'm trying to understand, because when I listen to other beats with that, it sounds the same. So why just target them? Even though I got the fucking answer, it's because this is a popular record. Just be clear here. It's a popular record. These are popular songs. So just because Boo Boo or Cuckoo or Pookie them did that, you ain't gonna ain't nothing in there. But having Cardi B actually doing it, it's some money in that. So, you want to make your coins, and I get it. And she did an incredible interview. So I'm going to see that they talk about it on, let me see if they talk about it. It's on site. Let me see that they talk about it. Give me a second. Because nobody posts about it. Nobody that I've seen, unless you all can correct me if I'm wrong. What other blog promoted it? Like, I'm looking right now. Yeah, no other blog promoted on it. So I guess they're not taking him to be credible, and that's probably why, because other people had the song sample. That's probably why. Yeah. So I'm looking right here. I'm looking at the different ones. They said the Star Report reported on it. Let me go to the Star Report. Give me a second. I'm gonna go to the Star Report. They said the Star Report, and we can open up the phone lines if you want to get your thoughts. Do you think that Cardi B people stole from it? Let me know. Give me a second. I'm going right over here. Oh yeah. Okay, the Star Report talked about it. Yeah, the Star Report talked about it. Damn, he put on there, is Cardi B trash. He does that. I like the Star Report. Yeah, he did talk about it. Because funny y'all said that somebody just sent me the DM, because nobody posts anything negative towards Cardi. The Star Report. Well, I'm surprised. I'm like, why haven't it's on site posted? They always post negative stuff. Is they afraid because of that lawsuit? Like, they always post negative stuff. Like, They be the only one. Now, I know the neighborhood talk ain't gonna make that risk or the shade room, but when it comes to it's on site, they always be posting negative lies and stuff. Sometimes they get up there and lie all about Cardi B, saying that she ain't married, that she this, she that, So probably so. Give me a second. I'll put the number in the chat because nobody else talked about it but just the Star Report. But I was talking about like Facebook groups, like Instagram groups. I don't see that part on there because nobody posts anything. They said, Nicki Minaj just went through this with Yikes. So why my radio didn't interview him? But she's not obsessed with Cardi. See, that's just like the point because somebody did accuse her for like the Yikes situation. No, but you already know they're not going to do that because people, they're fans for profit with Nicki Minaj. So a lot of times people are not going to criticize Nicki Minaj because you're going to garnish a supporter. Even when my biggest were fans of Nicki, and I'm just as an example for my argument. When he was a big fan of Nicki, he used to uplift her, sing her praises, and follow. But once he got that Turbo reading and he thought that he could be the new Tasha K and roast and gag Nicki unfollowed him. Now he drags Nicki. Now, I just want people to hear me. Now that he's a fan of Cardi, let me uplift Cardi. Let me uplift her. Let me do this. Or even though she ain't do a good job, this video, uplift. But if Nicki would have put a subpart, if Nicki would have do a verse like how Cardi did a verse, he would have dragged Nicki through the dirt. But since he's supporters of Cardi and since they go back in DMs, he's loyal. People get bought and paid for a DM, for a follow, and they're bought and paid for. I know me, traditionally speaking, I can't be bought and paid off for a follow because even if you follow me, I still want to have my opinion. And it is what it is. As I even look at Brandy, some records on the album I like, some I didn't. But I thank God I didn't get up on here roasting her before I listened to the entire album over 10 times. Now, consider with Brandy, I like a lot of records off the album. And her album is, I think they're saying, going to debut at number 11. I think Beyonce is at number 10, if I'm not mistaken. I can't wait to like another blog post so I can report on it. But that's one thing I can't give credit for. And I've been following Brandy for a long time. So I get it. Once you are truly faves with this person, what makes it different for me in this situation with Cardi and Meg and this situation, it's the producer's fault. So I don't see why DJ Jayhood tagged the women. It's that man that produced WAP. He is the problem. So whoever produced WAP, whoever that produced, because somebody Google that, whoever produced WAP, that's the person that should be tagged, not Cardi. Because I can guarantee you, Cardi did not steal that record. Cardi goes to she goes to the studio, or you email her a beat, she rap on it, and then you send the beat to Meghan. I don't think they go around, so who I'm going to steal from today? No, that's that producer. Now, if your producer stole the beat, then that's you. But if you want to hear the beat, because I can't play it on YouTube, because YouTube, child, you can't play nothing on YouTube. That's one thing I like. Not nothing. Now, you could go to my, you can go, hold on, I'm going to show y'all where y'all can go and listen to it. You can go to my Instagram. You go right there on my Instagram, and it's right there. You can click on it and you can listen to it. The reason why you can't play it on YouTube because YouTube shut it down. Just like on last night when a mob bookers tried to post his video up, they kept taking it down. They kept taking it down, because when you get a new song like that, YouTube snatch your lives down when you play of the music. Even if you play a couple of seconds of it, they snatch it down. So I don't play like the beats or anything like that. So, but on Instagram, I'll post it. And if you want to read it, you can go on Instagram. They say academics in Shade Room, he looking for clout. And academics in Shade Room, he's looking for clout. He should be tagging a lawyer. Absolutely should be tagging a lawyer. Nikki Bansall, bloggers on the law. That's exactly what he should be doing. Like, because like when he tagged Cardi B, I'm like, well, dude, like if you're saying that it's the producer, I'm like, who produced that song? WAP? Let me see the producer of it. Hold up. Let me go to Wikipedia and see. Let me see something right quick. Because whoever the producer is, let's do something right quick. The producer is AO the Producer Keys. So let me see, where is... Hold up. Let's go to his IG. Because he should be the one that should be tagged. Give me a second, because I'm like, if you're gonna blame them, let's blame the producer. AO the producer. This way you should. Let me go to his IG, and I'm gonna leave him a voice note. Let me go to his you see right here, that's the person that should be blamed or tagged. He wasn't even tagged. Let me give it a what's up, AO? This is Wiley from the Wiley Show. I'm trying to get an understanding because DJ Jayhood is accusing you of stealing his beat. I would like to know, did you steal this man beat? Because I find it quite interesting that he just tagged Cardi and Meghan and he did not tag you. You produced the beat, meaning that he should tag you if you stole it or not. And y'all have that conversation. But my question is, did you steal that beat from DJ Jayhood, the one with the long dreads from New Jersey? Please let me know so I can talk about this on the Wiley Show. God bless you, my dear brother, and congratulations on a successful record. Okay, so I reached out to him. Let's just have a conversation. Shit, let's start with the bullshit. Let's have a conversation. And I already know they're gonna say, "Oh, Wiley, you stole that from Millie." I saw that she did voice notes. I've been doing voice notes before that. But if to make you feel better, to make you feel all gushy and wetty, yes. Are you mad? Because I'm gonna still do me. At the end of the day, I'm gonna still do. I don't know how it's gonna take y'all to understand. I'm gonna still do me. If I see something that I'm gonna like, of course I'm gonna bring it to my show and bring it and put my sauce to it. Of course, that's a smart businessman. You think I'm gonna say, "Oh, you said all that"? You might as well stop because you don't know me. You're gonna have a high blood pressure and might have a stroke trying to convince me of something like that. Either you gonna be with me or you against me. It is what it is. But don't try to convince me to tell me what I see my analytics. I see what works for this show. You don't see the ratings. Well, y'all do see the views. You see it going up. I reached over 11K because I know and I'm learning the formula. So I can't listen to you and you ain't got no YouTube channel. You don't know nothing about business. You don't know nothing about going live. I dare you to go live and show yourself on camera. Show yourself on, show your face on camera. It's easy to just sit there and talk trash, but you get up on that camera and you will see how much work it takes. Okay, so I just want to have that conversation. DJ Jayhood got up there. Meghan is definitely a social climber and still not convinced of her story in this shooting situation either. Well, again, I don't give a damn if she is a social climber. If I see an opportunity, that just means I put myself in blogging. If it's convenient for me to work with my radio, for me to go over there and work with my radio, and if a mob biggest call me to go work for him, or daytime, tea time call me to work for, or Tosh K told me to work for her, I'm gonna do what I got to do because bitch, I want to climb too. Fuck it. I mean, I want to climb too. What's the problem of social climbing? You do what you got to do to make it. Who want to stay at the bottom forever? I think so many people are so comfortable at being at the fucking bottom. When they see people making moves to get at top, they criticize, well, she ain't nothing but a social climber. It is her job to climb the charts. It is her job to sell records. It is her job to be relevant. It is her job to get that spot. Why not? You want her to surpass, not do it, just sit down and don't do nothing? No. And Cardi B called her And she said, I'm going to do this record. I don't blame Cardi B for calling Meghan. I don't blame Meghan for working with Cardi B. It's good business. Period. It's good business. And Millie is the only one who could do voice notes. Delusional mom. Right. She's not the only one that could do voice note. And I don't have an issue with my radio. It be her supporters that be getting out of pocket. And I tell them, come up on the phone lines, keep that same energy, and let's have a conversation. I don't have an issue with Millie. It's her supporters. Some of them have issue with me. And guess what? Ask me, I sleep very good on that air mattress. I sleep very good at night. So you have an issue with yourself because it ain't no two-way street because I feel good. I slept really good all day today. I was sleeping. So you can go ahead on and have that problem with me all day long. I slept really good. I slept all day. And I'm drinking this hot cup of coffee today. You can't get where everybody though, but you can't. They say, hello, that Scorpion and you, Wiley. We do what we like. Period. We do what we like. And I wish people would understand that. Did I stop when they said, "Ooh, Tasha K will never deal with you"? She still come up and deal with you because they know Wiley is going to be Wiley. It is what it is. I'm not going to stop being me. That's the problem. And I used to say it. I said they come at me so hard, but these other people have flopped, backflipped on a whole lot of shit, and they won't dare tell them folks how they feel. Because I said, you know why? Because they get their asses cussed the fuck out and thrown out and blocked. That's why they don't sit there and tell it like how they really feel. They'll sit there and agree with these folks because they don't want to lose no mind stick and they don't want to get their ass cussed out. That's why they do it. Let these people keep real how they keep real with me and keep that same energy in these other chats and watch how they butt get cussed out and dragged and kicked out of the chat and then they're going to be looking shot. That's why they sit there. Half these folks don't believe what these people believe, but they don't want to lose being in the chat. They don't want to lose a mind state. So they'd rather agree when a person is wrong. You ain't real if you agree. If somebody is going against what you truly believe in and you just agreeing so you can keep a mind state, you just as sad, pathetic, and weak. Ain't nowhere in the world I'm going to be committed with you. I know you being wrong, and I'm going to just agree with you anyhow. That ain't nothing but a cult. Just like your subscribers have your back when people drag. No, my subscribers, they don't be obsessed and go into other people's chats and do all that type of stuff on Twitter. They don't, my fans don't do that because they are grown adults. They just don't do it. They don't do it. They are not that obsessed. My subscribers, they challenge me every day. Some of these other people, they don't get challenged like how my subscribers challenge me. We have conversations. Some of these other people, they say, "Wow, you run the cult." No. Not like some of these other folks run the cult. Baby, they don't want to be Wiley. That's like your subscribers have your back. When people drag you by radio, your subscribers have her back too. They do. But then they ain't gonna make me agree with everything she have to agree with, period. I say what I have my own mind. Last time I checked, I got my own brain and my own eye, my own head, my own face, and I'm gonna have my own opinion. They said, "Why have to move the mind state?" And I walk into tonight, ha. The mind's just mad. You cool with time? Yeah, I don't know why they mad because I'm cool with time. I'm never going to stop being cool with people that are actually doing it. And I get called Tasha K out when she need to be called out. I do. And I still go over in her chat. I still love her. I still love her content, some of it. If it's some of it's a bunch of bull crap, we'll do it. Now, this other interview that she did, I didn't come out criticizing her because I feel for that woman, for that girl, that because she interviewed somebody, right? And she interviewed this girl because she accused that her father, was sleeping with her. But what I only critique I give for that interview, Tasha K should have canceled that interview and actually told Sister Girl to go to Yana Van Zant, Fix My Life, because that type of issue ain't fun on YouTube. You need to go see a therapist and a counselor. Because all that interview going to do is make that family get in more mess. And that's my humble opinion. Let's go to the phone lines. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Okay, I want to touch on how are you doing this evening?
Oh, bless. I feel good after I listened to WAP for the third time. But go ahead.
So I want to touch on a few of the subjects. The Breonna Taylor. I agree that more support needs to be given behind women. The same support that came out for George Floyd, as well as how people were out, demanding arrest for Ahmaud Arbery. I think maybe the difference in those is that there were actual videos that showed the lynching or the killing of those two Black men, which is why they probably gained more support than a Breonna Taylor, because it took several months before her case even got noticed. So I agree with you on that point. The other thing was when you were saying as far as like women that are possibly falsely accusing men, and that we need to hear both sides of the stories before we jump to, believing one over the other, because there are men that have been falsely accused and have been exonerated, just like you were talking about with the Brian Banks. And I think that the whole Me Too thing is very, very problematic, because how the system is set up is that a woman is automatically believed. And we know just based on history that a lot of women have lied. I mean, even if you date back to Emmett Till, a lot of women have lied on men, accusing them of crimes that they did not commit against them. And the men were held or killed, held accountable for things. Even if you go back to history, I think the youngest person that was executed was 9, a Black boy, 9 years old, that was accused of killing 2 white girls. So that he didn't do. But yeah, I think that we should, start investigating more opposed to just taking one side over the other. As it relates to the gentleman that's the guy that's talking about he thinks that the beat is the same, the Cardi B new song.
You talking about DJ Jayhood?
I listened to it. Yeah, it's not. If anybody goes and listens to it and you compare it to Cardi B's on the intro part, the beats are different. Yeah, that's the same, but the beats are different. It is absolutely not the same. And just like you were saying, if he felt that it was the same, then he should have went and looked for the producer opposed to attacking Cardi. For some reason, she just gets a lot of negative press behind her name, just because people don't like her, or maybe he wanted to garner some attention, garner some fans. I do like the fact that Millie wasn't being biased, but just like one of the persons in your chat stated, is that she didn't do that with Yikes, where somebody had came out and stated, this versus that. And that's why, I say.
But do you know why though? Because tell the reason why you think she didn't do that.
A lot of the time, it be the fans and the supporters that be pitting these women up against each other, when they probably be in their own space in different lanes and not even thinking about the mess. You get what I'm saying? You have to give these women an opportunity to grow and move forward. One thing nobody really focused on is if you listen to when Cardi B was introducing her song WAP, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before she played the song, how she gave so much praises to Meg, and how Meg said that Cardi B was the sweetest person that she's ever met and the nicest person to ever work with. And even when Meg got on her Instagram live later, people was asking her the same question. And she stated the same thing, that Cardi B is the sweetest person that she's ever met in the world. She's the nicest person. She said she really wished people would give Cardi B an opportunity and get to know her. She said because she had reservations at first before meeting Cardi B, but once she met her and actually was in her presence and got to vibrate with her and, and get that energy, she had a completely different perception of Cardi. So you don't never know what's inside the book until you open it up and read it. The other thing that people don't talk about is Cardi B's complex interview. She did an interview today with Nadesta. She gave Nicki Minaj props without saying Nicki Minaj's name, which was very huge. She said that there was a point in time where there were multiple women in the industry, that you got to hear multiple women when she was like 6, 7, or 8. And then there was a time where it was stagnant, where you didn't hear no women. And then there came a point where you heard one woman that was dominating the industry for several years, and she said, and she's still dominating to today. So she didn't take anything away from Nicki Minaj, even though she did not say her name. Everybody know who she's talking about. You get what I'm saying? So again, it's the fans that's trying to pit these women up against each other when these women are trying to move forward and move past certain situations.
But it's up to the women, ma'am, to not take the bait, because y'all are grown women. And I know that is, you know, that is challenging, because I do to me, I'm honest, I love when the fan pin people against the gun, because it's good for business. It's more entertaining. It drives up sales. This is no different when 50 Cent and who was going against? Remember, it was like a war going on with 50 and who was the other artist? It was another rapper that was going to.
You're talking about Ja Rule. That's because they had a real beef.
Right. But what I'm saying is,
difference when you have a real street beef. They had a real street
I think it was 50 and Ja Rule, but it was somebody else with 50 Cent too. That they had a competition of who's gonna go number one. It wasn't just with Ja Rule, but what I'm trying to say
that
is
was 50 Cent and Kanye. That was
yes,
about
50 Cent
who was gonna go number one.
Yes,
but they wasn't beefing.
Okay,
they were cool.
Right.
They were just competitive with each other. Their fans wasn't pitting one over the other though. You get what I'm saying? They wasn't being attacked by different fan bases. They was just doing a friendly competition of who was gonna go number one.
Right, but again though. Some of them women, like a Nicki or someone, they're listening to their fan, and Cardi B especially. She listens to the fans, and she allow the fans to come, you know, say what she had to say. The same thing with some of these YouTubers. They allow their fan or these subscribers will send information and send clips and sound bites and all that type of stuff. You be looking real dumb, allowing your fans to sway you. I'm backwards. I sway the subscriber, let them do it, because you're not gonna sway me to move any somewhere, because I got my own mind. But them women, they have to come together and say, you know what?
I agree, but what do you think would be more powerful? Do you think it's more powerful for them to continue to beef, or do you think it's more powerful just for women in general for them to come together?
Oh, so it's more powerful, like powerful? Sister, like you said, it's more powerful for them to come together and work together, just like with the whole Nicki Minaj and Lil Kim. That to me will help change hip hop. That was like a history making moment for hip hop. Just you know what I'm saying? Even Cardi B worked with Meghan, and Meghan worked with Nicki. That to me is history making right then and there. Like that's great for female hip hop, because right now this is the first time in history that we have so many female artists. You can't even name them all now. You know, back in the day you could have named, you know, it was only a couple of them that you could name, but now it's so many of them that are getting on the chart. What, Cupcake? You know, you got Erica Banks out now. You got Meghan. You got Cardi. You got Nicki. Who else is out now?
Yeah.
So many others that are out. And they're out, you know, making moves.
Milano.
Yes.
I mean,
and they're
is that no mulatto?
Yeah, they all out in their lane. They all out and they doing their thing. So I'm here for it. Go ahead, sis.
I agree. And then even with the video itself, just her even having multiple different women, like, to be honest, if you ever follow Cardi B from when she first came into the music industry, she's always been about bringing women together.
Yes.
She used to always promote women on her Twitter and on her Instagram, women that were not that had substance rap, you know what I'm saying, that did not rap about vagina and so on and so forth, as well as women that rapped about, you know, sex or different things like that. Women that, you know, was not mainstream, but she felt was good and she liked their music. She always promoted that, and she was always for uplifting, you know, new artists. So to see her even do that and bring these up and coming female rappers, you know, and have them on her video, that was huge in itself. So, but yeah, I just wanted to kind of like point that out, because I haven't seen anybody really talk about, you know, her Complex interview, nor the conversation of what Megan Thee Stallion stated as far as the type of person that Cardi B is, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I just feel like...
But you know why? You know why nobody talked about her interview with Complex, even myself, is because, let's be clear, wasn't no mess in it.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, what do y'all want? Like, do y'all want mess, or do y'all want these women to come together and to form, to kind of like dominate the genre, to kind of dominate a male-dominated industry? Because for the most part, rap has been a male-dominated industry.
Like you said, in this new on Complex, I'm going to read it to you, read it to the audience. It said in a new Apple Music interview, the rapper spoke with who was that? Nadessa, thank you, sweetheart, about her new single with Meghan and Stallion and WAP, as well as the legacy of women rappers. Cardi remarks that when she was younger, there was considerably more popular women rappers, which prompt her to suggest one particular woman is still dominating the industry. So of course, that still dominating industry will be Nicki. Yeah, so you're right about that.
Yeah.
So
that's all I want to say. Like, it's not all bad, and I think that I mean, just even from her even acknowledging that, I think they're trying to move past the drama. You get what I'm saying?
Right, because even right here, she said on this is on her interview, and the Complex got it on their website. She said, and there was one female rapper that dominated for a very long time. And you know what I'm saying? And she still did pretty good. She been still dominating. So she's talking about Nicki. Yeah. So I think more so too. I just think Cardi B, even she admitted it with Meghan, right? Because even Daytime Tea Time played it, and I was able to watch it on her live. And Meghan said, Cardi B is so nice. People don't know. We could tell that Cardi B is a sweetheart. But I just think that she have her ways where she'll let the blogs get to her and her fans. I think that Cardi B, out of all of them, she keep her ear to them fan groups, and whatever they say. Sometimes they could come credible, and sometimes they ain't that credible, and she'll just go and run with it. Because my fans is telling me, a lot of them fan groups and stuff like that now, and then that is what it is. And I'm like, don't allow them fan groups to make you look dumb, because those are fan groups. Don't keep beefing with these blogs because your fan groups don't like it. Now, some people took that and say, well, let me sing praise to Nicki Minaj so I can get support from them Nicki Minaj fan girl. It's a lot of people that don't give a damn about Nicki Minaj. They think she's trash. They think her husband is trash. But they see them numbers that grow when you say, oh, I love Nicki. Nicki is so nice. Nicki is beautiful. Nicki is the queen. Because all her fans go and watch. And that's how you reach your 1.K, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 2,000 people in your chat. Because her fans are going to support you. So you will lie and pretend like you are a big fan of Nicki. I couldn't do it. I try to fake it, but it don't come out sincere. Feel like she doing some trash stuff. She doing a little trash stuff. To me, she should be questioned about who she married. And now you having a child by somebody that was charged and on the sex offender list. You have to be, it says a lot about your character, then plus your brother. And I'm not the only one that had to say that. DJ Vlad said,
that's the thing.
DJ Vlad said that too.
Women against each
DJ Vlad said that too. So you're not exempt of being criticized when you're talking about people that actually been charged. Your brother been charged for it, and your husband is on the list. So
and then you working with Tekashi 6ix9ine.
And then you understand what I'm saying? So of course you should bring that up.
Girl, as well as his other things, and even working with now NBA YoungBoy that have assaulted his baby mama, and he is there. But what I'm saying is that, like, at the end of the day, she's gonna work with whoever she's gonna work with.
Music beat.
You know what I'm saying? The only thing I don't like is when people, try to be so judgmental over one particular artist versus another one that does a lot of problematic things and work with problematic people. You get what I'm saying? That's the only thing.
I feel you. And that's why, and she did a live, and her live was that, she was saying when she worked with Tekashi, this is the music business. So I understand it. But in the business of us in media, it's our job to dissect what you're doing and talk about you, period. Whether you're good, bad, or new, we talk about you. So, so she should be criticized, and she will go down in history and work with these type of people when it's all said and done. But DJ Vlad said that too. And I think Boosie had to say something too about it. if I'm not mistaken.
Boosie said something about it too.
Yeah, and I could even
and
catch
then,
that.
Somebody else said about her working with a lot of these problematic guys, and then giving the history of her brother and her husband, and stuff like that. But yeah, Boosie just did an interview too, and he spoke on it too. But I mean, at the end of the day, she's gonna work with whoever she wants to work with.
And people keep talking about he was 15 when he did it. Let me tell you, we don't give a damn how old was when he did it. People are going to say when you on that list, they're not trying to get all the fact. Oh, he was 15 when he did. He's still on that list. He's still in sex. He still got to get permission to see his baby give birth to. He still got to get permission from the courts. So what I'm saying is, yes, he was 15, but facts are facts. What he was charged with, he is on the list, and you cannot deny it, no matter how you try to spin it. It's just my opinion. Go ahead, sister.
Right. People saying that he was 15 or he was 16, right? Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if he was 15, 16, or 17. If you read the report, he assaulted her with a knife. They would not have given him the amount of time that they gave him, and he would not have to register as an offender for the rest of his life if they did not have evidence, and if he did not physically assault her beyond the sexual assault, if he did not brandish a weapon, if he did not have any of that type of stuff. People pick and choose what they want. They're going to go with whatever the masses say. If people downplay it, that's what they're going to do. They're going to downplay it and make it seem like, oh, he was just a kid. Oh, he was just this. Oh, he was just that. At the end of the day, that was his frame of mind. If you read the report, he had a knife, and he assaulted her, period. And he got found guilty. And actually, he pled out because he didn't want to take it to trial because he was going to be facing more time. He pled out, and then even after that, he still was problematic, and he went back for murder, and he went back for other things. He stayed in and out. From the age of 15 or 16 years old when he went in, he stayed in and out, up until the point of when he met Nicki Minaj and linked back up with her.
And he met her at the Turkey Drive.
He met her at the Turkey Drive in 2018. Yes, in November. That's when he met her, in November of 2018. You know what I'm saying? And even after that, he got arrested again for something about his license or something of the nature. And he got like 50 mugshots. So at the end of the day, like, she loved who she loved. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't really too much, not even though, it might be problematic for us. Like, we don't see it like that. Like, we like, nah, it don't go well with your brand and who you are. It is what it is. She's supposed to be married to him. She's carrying his child. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Those are the people that she chooses to rock with. It's just that don't give her a pass, but then you be so hard on another artist that is doing certain little things that you consider problematic, but then you looking past this person's issues. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you continue to keep pitting these women up against each other.
Absolutely. I feel you on that. I'm looking in the comments. Somebody said that was a lie caller. That's not on the support. Do Wiley get a pass? Get a pass for his pass? What do you mean get a pass for his pass? I've never been charged or convicted of a crime just because of false fact.
You see what's so crazy about that, Wiley? Like, a lot of those people that's in the comments, right? That are barbs, right? They agree with her decision, right? These are the same people that will prosecute one person, but will give another person a pass.
That actually been convicted, charged, on a list, got to get permission from the judge, and all that type of good stuff.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. She got people that ride for her really, really hard. You know what I'm saying? It is what you can't change anybody's mind. They gonna believe whatever they want to believe in. So in their eyes, they don't feel like Nicki can do no wrong. But I mean, she does. She can do wrong. She's human. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna do wrong. She done wrong, and it is what it is.
And it's nothing wrong with you criticize her. And I think people feel like, hey, I'm a fan of her, so I'm loyal to her, whether she's good or bad.
But see, that's when you're not necessarily a fan. That's when you're more so like a fan. Like I stand you, right, wrong, indifference, or anything. Like, so if you kill somebody in my face, I'm still gonna support you because I know that you ain't mean to kill. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's stupid stuff like that. Like at the end of the day, like, you know what I'm saying, she's gonna have to be accountable for her actions. If she go out and shoot somebody, you still gonna stand by her side, even though you know she did wrong. She went out and robbed somebody, you still gonna stand by her side. Like, come on now, like. No, it's like, no, okay, nah, you moving a little funny. That ain't right. Nah, that ain't right. I still love you. I still love your music. That's being a fan. But when you being a fan, it's like, I stand for anything you do. I don't care what you do. You can punch me in my face. I'm still stand for you. Nah, it don't work like that. Because, like, I like Cardi and I like Nicki, but when Nicki do foul stuff, I'm going to call it. When Cardi do foul stuff, I'm going to call it. The only thing I don't like is I don't like how people give Cardi B such a hard time. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that, because I followed the whole Cardi and the Nicki thing, like from when Cardi first got introduced into the scene. Cardi gave Nicki Minaj props. Cardi used to, say stuff about Nicki in interviews. And I think it was just this one interview that Cardi B did. I think it was before her album dropped. And Nicki Minaj went on, because Cardi B album dropped in April, and then after Cardi B album dropped, Nicki went on and dropped those two songs, Chung Lee and Barbie Things. And when she did her interview, she made it seem like, oh, that's the first time Cardi B sang her praises. And, she pretty much made it seem like as if it was an issue, even though Cardi said that they never had an issue. And that's when the whole everything started, because Nicki dropped two songs, Barbie Things and Chung Lee, a week after Cardi B dropped Invasion of Privacy. And that's how that whole rollout and that whole, pitting people up against each other started. And it's crazy. It's nonsense. It's the same thing like how Lil' Kim felt like Nicki didn't give her enough accolades. Nicki felt like Cardi B didn't shout her out enough,
Right.
Didn't sing her praises enough. So it's just stupid.
Absolutely.
It's stupid. It's stupid. And
but at the end of the day, I'm here for it because it offers entertainment. And I'm even gonna
it's entertainment, but I just wanted to point out that Cardi B, she gave Nicki Minaj her props, even though she didn't call her name out.
Yes, she did.
Today she gave Nicki Minaj her props once again. Let's see where the chips fall after this.
Yes, I see it. But thank you so very much. And then also the City Girls was in the news last night. Who was that? I forgot her name. Was Tarisha, whatever her name. One of the City.
Carisha.
Yeah, as you said, Carisha is the name.
That was dry.
So someone put it on Twitter on IG. They said the City Girls is a one-hit wonders. Somebody said, yeah, because we missed a whole day of sales with no press or promo. That's a lot for a bitch who was scamming. I don't care what y'all talking about. It was 18. Never claimed to be the biggest, but we definitely influential. That's on period. So,
but you see, like what you was just saying, as far as not responding to stuff, just because these fans or these people come up under your comments trying to pressure you, and for the most part, a lot of the times I would think in this particular situation, I think it's the barbs that went under the City Girls comment section and started flooding them like, oh, you ain't praising Cardi B, you ain't doing this, you ain't doing that, whatever the case may be, right? So you pull comments to retweet and to give responses to. So you let people know now that you have an issue. Because before, ain't nobody knew that you all had an issue with each other. So now it's like you bringing that to the forefront, like there is an issue. And I've even seen in comments where the barbs say, oh, we got you now. We got you now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's stupid stuff. Like, that's whack. You feel me? Like, that's hella whack. Like, You didn't have to even retweet. You didn't even have to comment. If you wasn't gonna show the song No Love, you could have just went past those comments and whatever issues y'all got, y'all thug it out behind the scenes or whatever the case may be. But once you made it public, now you got people looking at Cardi, and now you got not only the barbs, now you got Barty Gang also under your mentions and your comment sections, and now they pretty much antagonizing you. And so now y'all feeling like y'all got to keep responding. And so now it's going to create a beef.
I feel you. And a lot of people wonder, you have a right to say your opinion. And then when people was like in the comments, they was like, next caller. I'm like, no. If people calling in and they want to express how they feel, I'm not going to say next caller. Because I enjoy people that have a conversation and that don't mind supporting the show. And reason I like you is because you always know the tea about the entertainment news and gossip. You be on it every day. I don't have to depend on a caller. Baby, you go call it. Yes, while I got something else to say. This,
You
that,
know,
I
you
just
already
thought
know it, Wiley.
I love it. So when the fans when two people just comment say next call, I don't listen to that because I'm like, why are you saying next? Do you have the strength or the courage to call in and have your opinion? Just like how people criticize me. They be everywhere I go, they'll be on my Twitter. It's like two people that be criticizing. And I say, can you call in? Let's have a conversation. Here's my number. Let's talk about it. They don't want to call in, but they'll be on.
They're not gonna call.
They'll be just dragging me, and I'm like, child, that ain't gonna make me feel no type of way. It was like 3 people went to Cardi B. They was like, don't follow Wiley. Don't follow Wiley. I said she followed me in my head.
Oh my God.
I don't care how you tweet her talking about don't follow me. It ain't gonna stop me to saying that she my sister, that she followed me in the head. And they was just tweeting Cardi. It was so funny. They was tweeting.
Mean, I'm glad that you gave the song a second opportunity. And
I did.
Listen to the explicit version.
Yeah, the explicit version is everything. I really, really love it because I was actually listening to it today. I was just repeat over and over, and I said I really enjoy the explicit version. So now I give the video more praises, but the visuals, like, oh my gosh, like they did an incredible job. As for hip hop, like that's the best video I've seen thus far this year.
Yes,
other than Black is King, I give it to Cardi B and Meghan. This is the best visual work of Cardi B's career. Thus far.
Yes.
Thus far. Because it ain't no simple. The mansion, the rooms with the snakes.
Meghan looked the video did not look trashy.
Mm-mm.
The women was not cluttered. You get what I'm saying? Everybody was kind of like stretched out in their own little zone or whatever. It was freaky. It was nasty, but it did not look trashy. You get me? It did not look cluttered. Everything was nice. Everything was well put together. Like that's like probably like one of the best video productions that even Meghan has been in. And she looked it damn good. And like Cardi said, both of their teams worked really well together, which was awesome. You get what I'm saying? And it was nice to see that they really gelled together and that the production came out as great as it came out.
Absolutely. And, even speaking about the Remy Ma situation, that came from she had the wrong management and she should have had a hungry producer that understand her style instead of being represented by, Tamar Braxton's husband. But let's bring this other caller. Somebody else want to give their opinion. 1950, call you on air.
Hello, Wiley.
Hey, go ahead, sister.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I'm actually appalled at a lot of the stuff that I was hearing earlier, just because even though it seemed like she tried to pretend that she wasn't biased between the two rappers, I think there's a clear bias that leans towards Cardi. I think the main thing that I find interesting about supporters of Cardi is that like rules just always seems to change for her behavior versus like other women's behavior. And I'll just give several examples. So she was just speaking about JT and Young Miami having issues with Barty Gang. And I just want to make it very clear, it was definitely Barty Gang. If you see the screenshots, she's responding to Cardi's fans about how they feel about whether or not they supported WAP, the song. And I feel like there have been plenty of times when numerous celebrities have come out and like spoken out against fan bases. This isn't something new, so I'm not understanding why it's not okay for the city girls to have like a period of time when they like are like just aggravated with like people constantly pitting them against other women unnecessarily, versus when other female rappers do it. Like Meghan clapped back at someone the other day, and Cardi has clapped back at different fans' comments plenty of times. Like, I just don't understand why the rules are different, especially for Black women. I'm just gonna be honest. I feel like Black women give Cardi a pass, and they hold other Black women to like a higher standard, and I'm just not understanding why they continue to do that. You want to talk about people? People giving other people props. The main issue was how things started with motorsport. Like, there were rumors before that she said she was at the red carpet and someone looked at her like, "What is she doing here?" And people assumed it was Nicki, and that's what actually kickstarted the beef. And on top of that, she went to Apple Music in Britain, Cardi B, and said, "Oh," when they asked her about Cardi and Nicki, she said that's not the verse that she heard. And Nicki said time and time again from the beginning of her career that she cares about lyricism. She cares about her pen. And here's a veteran accommodating a verse for you, literally changing something that she's passionate about because you said that you didn't like it to make you feel better. And your first comment about it is like, "Oh, well, that's not what I heard." I don't think that's necessarily nice. And I don't think that's necessarily empowering for or to other women.
I feel you.
Okay.
I hear you.
So,
but one thing on here on this show, I always gonna have my opinion, but I think you're more so speaking about in general. But go ahead, sister. You want to respond? Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So let me answer the part as far as the City Girls. The City Girls and Cardi B dynamic is different from Cardi B and any other fan pages or whatever the case may be. Carisha had already came out and says that, because remember, at one point they were saying that JT had dissed Cardi B from jail. Carisha came out, I think it was last year before last year, on live and said, JT didn't diss Cardi B, or whatever. That's when JT supposedly dissed Cardi B, dissed Nicki Minaj, whatever the case may be. JT didn't diss Cardi B. We would never diss Cardi B. Cardi B is this. Cardi B is that. We love Cardi B. You won't never find us with issues with Cardi B. Da 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 da. Whatever. So my thing with Carisha responding to a Cardi B fan page is that when you're responding to a fan page of somebody that you're supposed to be so cool with, now you're letting the public know that you have issues with that particular person. So when I'm saying that, I'm not saying that they can't respond to anything. What I'm talking about is specifically City Girls and Cardi B. Like, if y'all have issues, y'all deal with those issues behind the scenes, because we as the public, we didn't know that y'all had issues. But when Carisha decided to respond to a Cardi B fan page, and then JT say, "Oh, don't make me bring out the receipts 1, 2, and then on 3, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that." You letting us know that y'all have an issue. That's what I'm talking about. It's not about Black women. It's not about Latino women.
They didn't. They showed that they had an issue with fans harassing them to support other people. I didn't see Meghan post the City Girls album when it came out, or post about the videos that the City Girls came out. Let's be
like
honest
you said,
here.
that it was Cardi B's fan page that tweeted that, right?
Yeah,
so
but
what I'm stating is that they also stated that nobody promoted.
So someone has consistently not promoted me. Why should I go out of my way to promote them? And how do you know that I'm not going to? A lot of fans like to start random stuff, and people have their limits. And so I'm just saying, like, if Cardi B and other celebrities can respond to fan pages, why can't JT and Young Miami?
She should. Me personally, ma'am, she should be able to respond. Hold on 1 second. She should be able to respond to whomever.
Whatever they want to respond to. That's not what I was stating.
Okay.
They can respond to whatever they want to respond to. I'm not making an assumption. I'm going based on their response.
How did they articulate that they had an issue with Cardi B last night?
Listen, I'm not here to debate with you. We can have a conversation and we can have a dialogue. What I'm stating is that based on their response, they're responding to the nonsense. So they're entertaining the public. They're entertaining it. So whether they were going to post it later or not, what they stated was, ain't nobody post us, ain't nobody did this, ain't nobody did that. They did not have to do that. Yes, they are free to do whatever they want to do. But guess what? We're having a conversation right now about JT, Carisha, and Cardi B. guess what? We wouldn't have had a conversation about this had Carisha or JT never responded to a Cardi B fan page. We wouldn't have never known that they possibly have issues. But because they did that, now we know that they have issues. So guess what? It is a topic of conversation. We're having a dialogue about that right now. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think that
it's not about an assumption, because what's the assumption? Because it's not only spoken about on the Wiley Show, it's spoken about on other shows. It's been posted in the blog.
There's a lot of things that are spoken about online and on YouTube. And for the most part, JT and like Young Miami, they're almost always the first people to support other people's records. And they were one of the first people to even champion when the Savage remix came out with Beyonce. They were rooting for Meghan to
but can I say this, ma'am? Can I say this? Can I say this? Let me say this. The city girls, let me say this. The city girls need to start rooting for people and focus on their talent. Because sometimes it take a time where you got to let other folks go and stop worrying about everybody else and give that energy like they give you and focus on your music, marketing, promo, and be hungry. The problem with the city girls, they are not as hungry. They don't do a good job marketing, pushing out their product. When it comes to them criticizing, what's the girl though do the talking? When she get out here criticizing, it gets media. But she need to have that same energy promoting her music and marketing her music. She's gonna have to be more hungry with marketing. She's gonna have to learn the game. And because look at Tekashi, no matter how he trolls, this man know how to promote his music and market his music. And today he know how to dominate on social media. Stop uplifting, kissing ass when they not gonna kiss your ass. Because I used to do that. And these people don't give a damn about me. So when you do something, I'm a roast and gag. I'm gonna worry about my show. I'm gonna focus on me, because while you helping everybody else up, they growing and you sitting here struggling. It take a time where you got to put the city girls first and stop promoting everybody, because Beyonce don't sit there promoting everybody. Period. Because she didn't even promote the Savage.
She didn't even promote Savage.
She didn't even do that.
And no matter how many people came under Beyonce asking her why she didn't
care.
It, do you think Beyonce retweeted or posted or said anything or made it to seem like as if she had an issue, even though everybody speculated that Beyonce didn't support the song and people was doing videos about it? No,
Beyonce
let that song do whatever it was going to do, and that's what it was.
Facts.
I think it's so interesting how, again, black women are always held to this like Beyonce
Please
standard.
stop with this black women stuff.
No, I'm not.
Stop with this black women stuff.
And I'm always going to advocate for black women.
I'm a black woman too, but baby, listen. Please stop with this black woman stuff, okay? This black woman stuff.
I'm a black man. That's what I'm saying.
Black women want everybody to feel sympathy for them because they're a black woman. Like, please stop with that. Like, that don't even make no sense.
I don't think that's fair.
Black women, black women is starting to come across as racist. Like, black women. Do you know the history of hip hop? Do you know the history of hip hop? Do you know Jim Jones? He appears to be black. Do you know Jim Jones is Puerto Rican or Dominican? Like, do you know like a lot of these artists, these male artists are mixed? Because you keep talking about black. Cardi B is black. Okay, Cardi B is black. So what else? Okay, so Cardi B is black. So I was talking about a black woman responding to another black woman.
Do you know about how Dominican people treat Haitian people? Or people
and I know about how black people treat black people, and I know about how black people treat Haitians, and I know about how Bahamians treat. I know how Jamaicans treat Americans. I know how people treat people.
People are being exported. Dominicans are being exported because of the color of their skin, and your fave never spoke about it. Do you understand that?
So, but
do you know the history of it?
I don't even think you even understand what you're saying, because black people antagonize black people every day.
But ma'am, can I say this? Hold on, ladies, let me say this piece. Let me say this piece about the entire matter. Hold on 1 second, ladies. 1 second, because I do want to bring. Hold on 1 second, ladies. 1 second. I'm gonna bring this point up. 1 second, ladies. 1 second. I want to bring up this piece. Hold on 1 second, ma'am. 16. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. I want to bring this piece up though. I understand that. Let me say this, sister. Wherever with Cardi B, you have a right. Now, I'm going to bring another caller on. They're going to be added to the conversation. And let's see. 7285, caller, you on the air. 7285. Go ahead. Hello. 404. You live on the air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Wiley. I don't agree with the caller who's saying that we should disregard. This is about Black women. Cardi gets a pass to do the disgusting things that she does, to say the things that she does, to act like the little roach that she is, and no one says anything. If Cardi were Black, she would have been canceled in 2018. The beginning of 2018, but we keep giving her passes, and it is about Black. I don't know what's up with the caller that keeps saying it ain't about Black women. It ain't about Black women. We mistreat each other. Blah blah blah. It's not about that. It's about Cardi getting away with things that Azalea Banks' career has been ended for. She's done.
Period.
She can't ever come back. And why is that? Because she made a few little mistakes. Cardi B threw a shoe. I mean, in the hood that I'm from, if you throw a shoe at someone, you will answer for that. You will answer for that. I don't give a fuck how much money you have or how much money you don't have, but you'll answer for that. And people just keep acting like Cardi just doesn't do any wrong when she's a disgusting little roach. Like, she honestly is.
So first, let's not
I'm not
compare
gonna
Cardi
sit
B
here and
and
disparage
Azalea Banks.
Cardi.
Secondly, you see how, like, you as a Black woman can call Cardi B a roach, but Cardi B as a Black Hispanic Latino woman cannot call a Black woman a roach? That makes no damn sense, because from whatever hood you grow up in, you grow up to a specific culture. You embrace certain things within that culture. So if you grow up in the hood and you used to saying nigga, you used to saying roaches, you used to saying whatever the case may be, monkeys, you say whatever you're saying. That's what you do.
Be quiet. I'm talking.
So you can get on you can call her a roach, but she can't call you no roach.
Which is the only reason. No. You be quiet. She has regarded Black women as roaches, which is the only reason I'm using that word to describe her. I would not use that word.
Okay, so what makes you using that word? What makes you using that word right? Do you not sound as ignorant as she did when she said it?
We're going to act like we're in kindergarten. She did it.
No, we're not going to act like we're in kindergarten. We're going to act like we're adults. No, it's not about she did it first. That's the ignorance about it. Okay, I'm going to do a tit for tat. She called me a roach. I'm going to call her a roach back.
There's nothing ignorant about me. I have 16 years of education, very educated, and I see exactly what's going on with Cardi. Cardi is an industry plant. She's an industry plant. She gets to do and say whatever.
There's multiple industry plants. Tekashi 6ix9ine is an industry plant, and guess what? He's still running around. He's still running around acting a damn fool. He's still running.
Okay, 1 second, ladies. I'm gonna put everybody on mute. And let me first of all, hold on 1 second to all the ladies. Hold on 1 second to all the ladies. 1 second, but she's not. What we are going to do is criticize her and call her out her name. We're going to have an intelligent conversation about what it is. But I know it's a very passionate conversation. But do Cardi B get canceled or been called out for her ways? Absolutely. She constantly have been called out. So I hear y'all point, but we're going to bring y'all back on. We're going to do it at one at a time because we don't want everybody arguing. But let me bring this other caller on. 8776 caller, you're on air.
Hello, Wiley. How are you?
All right, go ahead. What you got to say?
First of all, people are missing the elephant in the room.
All right.
Cardi B is Hispanic. The Hispanic market is international. It's the biggest market out there. So not only does she carry the so-called urban market, which is the Black market, she carries the Spanish market. So even if that's just like 6ix9ine, even if everybody Black at one time, everybody who's of a darker hue at one time said, we don't like these people. It doesn't make a difference because they're going to dominate because they have a bigger, wider audience. Like with Cardi B, with that song, with the thing with the red shoes, bottoms, and whatever, they specifically up here in New York did, because we have a lot of Hispanic DJs that's on the radios here in New York. They specifically stated that they're going to make Cardi B go number one. They specifically said it, and they did it. So all this Black and white and Hispanic, Latina X conversation is mute. Because no matter what you do, her audience is bigger, and no matter what, she's still going to sell. She's still going to be number one, and that's it.
All right. Thank you so very much for calling in. Let me get the other caller in. 7285. You back on the air. 404. Hello. 7285. I'm gonna get her back on. Let me bring 1950. You back on.
Hi, Wiley.
Hey, go ahead.
Hi, Wiley. Thank you for having me back. I just want to clarify a couple things.
And
I'm not
Anonymous,
here
you
to
back
like
on.
speak on what Cardi can and cannot identify with.
Okay.
I just want to make it known that she does have the power to oppress. People of her phenotype in her country also have the power to oppress, particularly Black people, darker skinned Black people. I just want to make that very clear. But what I wanted to also point out is just that it seems to me with her supporters that the rules are different in terms of her behavior versus other people's behavior. That's all I wanted to point out. Sometimes Cardi B gets frustrated in response to fans. Sometimes the city girls get frustrated in response to fans. And they literally have like thousands and thousands and thousands of people who attack them. So I get it. I just don't think it's fair to be like, oh, well, if Cardi B like lashes out and says something, she's human. But if another artist does it, it's like, oh, why would you do that? You're being dramatic. You're letting us know outside people's business and X, Y, and Z. But based on a lot of the things that have come out on versus like Cardi's tweets and whatnot, we've known a lot of things that happen behind the scenes. And then also in terms of just like people being frustrated with fans and blogs, just last week it was revealed that she was sending threatening voice messages to other bloggers. You want to talk about people not talking about complex? She literally sued another blogger and threatened other bloggers to not post it. So how can we post positive things about her or congratulate her on her accolades when they're legally obligated not to talk about her? She literally is like not allowed to be posted on one of the biggest platforms on Instagram. So
yeah,
how
but
I mean,
she's an entitled crybaby, and she thinks that she's above Black girls. That's how I feel.
I'm not going to disparage her. I'm not going to disparage her because I don't.
So the question would be:
I just
everybody
don't
keeps saying that Cardi B is not Black.
That people aren't talking about it when they literally cannot talk about it.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna say. When you say that she's suing a specific blogger, she's suing a blogger that brought a woman on her platform to pretty much spew lies about Cardi B, to talk about her hygiene, to talk about, you know, she having STDs, or talk about this and that and whatever, to diminish her character, to pretty much spread lies about her. You know, if you was Cardi B, if you was in her position and somebody was on the internet trying to tarnish your brand, I'm certain that you would have sued that particular blogger or that particular person that is out spreading lies that's trying to tarnish you. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know,
well, there have been worse things.
Well, actually, no, because they're like literally go to the grocery store and they sell tabloids that are filled with lies
about her were really untrue. Blueface said that she smelled like fish on the set of their video shoot. There have been other people that have talked about her hygiene.
Blueface came out and said that he did not say that.
Blueface said he didn't say that. Yeah, Blueface said he didn't say that. Yeah, Blueface.
Yeah, that's a lie.
Yeah, Blueface said he didn't say that.
Yeah, he took it back because Cardi's people called.
That's what somebody has told you. See, that's the problem. Y'all listen to what other people tell y'all, opposed to researching stuff for yourself. Like if the person specifically that people are saying said this, and they come out and says that they didn't say that, it's like, oh, he took that back. But you never even heard him say it in the first place. You never even heard him. You heard somebody said that he said it, but you did not hear it come out of his mouth in the first place. So that's
known for lying. Case in point, her and her sister swore up and down that Ra Ali didn't rock her at Fashion Week. They swore up and down that
Ra Ali didn't rock her. Do you got the video that Nicki Minaj lied on Queen Radio and said that? Okay, where's the video that Nicki Minaj lied on Queen Radio and said that she had that Ra Ali rocked her? Where's the video that Nicki Minaj said that she had? Where is the video that Nicki Minaj said she had? Okay, so if Ra Ali was so tough and she rocked Cardi, right? Why haven't Ra Ali linked back up with Cardi when Cardi told her to drop the address? Okay, why haven't Ra Ali linked back up when they told her to drop the address? If Ra Ali whooped Cardi behind, why haven't Ra Ali linked back up?
With a knot the size of an egg, a
That
large
she
organic
got
brown
from the security guard.
With a knot the size
That she got from the security guard.
Her and her sisters.
That she got from the security guard.
Can I
Nicki
interject
Minaj
here?
said on Queen Radio.
Can I interject? Can I interject here?
1 second. Let somebody else interject. Okay.
You see lies in the media.
Still have to address the fact that other
But do you have evidence that Ra Ali put that knot on her? Do you
All
have
right.
video?
Hello, I'm gonna put some
Do you
people on
have
mute.
evidence to show that Ra Ali put that knot on Cardi's
Okay,
head?
go ahead.
Do you have
7285.
video? Do you have a video?
Let her respond.
Okay, where's the video? Why hasn't it been floating around?
Let her respond to the question.
No, I'm not talking about Star Brim. I'm talking about a video.
Hold on, I gotta let. Hold on, we gonna do.
Refute it.
Okay.
That's the first thing she wanted to get at was Ra Ali because Ra Ali had beat her homegirl's ass and put that knot on her head.
All right.
Refute it. You can't. That's what Cardi does. She tries to rewrite her bad actions. I didn't do this. I didn't say that. Come on, you throwing a shoe at a girl because she liked a comment about your daughter? What is that even about? What is that even about? A tweet that we never really saw the comment that Nicki even liked. There was never any proof of that, but you're throwing shoes at people.
Okay, let me bring somebody else on. I'm gonna put you on mute and bring 1950 on. 1950. Did you want to say something? You want to make a comment?
Hi, Wiley. Thank you so much. I'm not here to bash Cardi. I'm not going to talk negatively about her. I'm just here to just like present facts and just like get an understanding from someone who loves and appreciates her as to why their rules for her are literally different. She just cost Tasha K, but she still hasn't addressed the fact that literally one of the largest pages on the internet, known as the Shade Room, cannot post her, and various other blogs have been threatened and told not to post her. Secondly, if we want to talk about like altercations and like fighting and all of these things that have gone down, well, you would also, as a fan, you should know that at some point, Harmony Carolina posted the address to where like Wiley's parents live and where she also records her podcast. So it's common knowledge where records, where she works, and where her parents live. And instead of showing up, they said that there were too many cameras, and they didn't want like the police to come. Okay, that's like fine. But I will say this, for all the smoke that they supposedly have, and for people to be supposedly like gang affiliated and whatnot, which I'm not denying, it's just very strange to me that like there's just so much smoke and like issues, and like Wiley hasn't been like touched, like, cause she's like around New York City. She's not hard to find. Like people know where she's at. I just find that genuinely curious information. But it's just like I feel like a lot of times people they act like there's this grand conspiracy against Cardi B's success, and that everyone should be cheering for it, here advocating for it, and championing her. Anything that off of that is somehow like you're like a hater or like you're like a bad person.
All right.
But why isn't like undying support? Like why don't other Black female artists, if we're saying we're all Black or whatever, why don't their careers necessitate
all
that?
right,
Like,
thank you. I'm gonna get this other call.
Undying support for the City Girls or like every other artist.
All right, so let me bring this other call to respond. All right, we got 9563 caller, you on air. Hello, 9563. Okay, let me bring Anonymous. Anonymous, you back on?
Hey, Wiley.
Yeah, so you want to respond?
Okay, so yeah, I'm not here to go back and forth. Cardi B has done problematic things. Yes. Cardi B has said problematic things. Yes. Cardi B has said and done things that I don't agree with. Yes. I 100% stand by that. However, she's not the only person that has done it. Nicki Minaj has done problematic things. Yes. Nicki Minaj has said and done things that I don't agree with. Yes. Okay. I'm not a stan of anyone. I can call out Nicki just like I can call out Cardi B. Okay. When I initially called in, I was just calling in to pretty much say, listen, let's stop pitting these women up against each other. You know, Cardi B, you know, pretty much stated she gave Nicki Minaj respect even without mentioning her name. Like, how long are we going to keep divvying back? Like, just as women, as Black women, we do a lot of foul things to each other. We talk about each other. We call each other names. We call each other ugly, fat, short, bald-headed monkeys. So many different things. We sleep with each other, man. We do so many nasty, foul things to each other. But then you want to be so judgmental on somebody for calling somebody a roach, for somebody for doing, you know, this. Like, how long are you going to try and hold somebody? Yeah, Cardi B has said probably, she said she hopes somebody's mama catch AIDS or some other stuff. She's not the only person that has said that. Summer Walker said some stuff about AIDS, and ain't nobody canceling Summer Walker. Like, is it just because Cardi B is Dominican and you don't consider her to be Black, so you want to hold her to a specific a certain standard, and oh, she can't say that she's problematic, she can't say that. There's multiple artists that have said very problematic things, male and female, and they're not canceled. They're not canceled. They're still here. There's male and female. There are men that have been abusive to women or, you know, said a lot of crazy things, and they're still here. Come on now, let's look at the baby, for Christ's sake. Look at the baby, how he knocked that girl down in the club. But guess what? Black women still support him. Look at how problematic the baby has been since he came in the game. But because he's Black, he's one of our own, we're going to stand behind him, even though we've seen him knock.
All right. Let me get these other two callers on.
He did this and that.
Okay. We got 11 minutes left. Let me get these two callers. 9563. You live on the air.
Hi, Wiley. Thank you so much for letting me come on the air. Candy from California. But I did want to just weigh in on this because for me, it irritates me that women are pit against each other in this industry when men aren't. Men will get into it with each other, get into a fight in the club with each other, make up with each other, and get on each other's track and continue that song for another 6 months underneath a remix. But women can't link together for nothing. I mean, the last, girl track that we had was what, Little Kim back in the day with Mary J. Blige and them. That's ridiculous. We haven't had a female anthem with all of these talented women. If they would all get on the same record, all get on the same tour, do you know how lit that would be? But they just won't get out of each other's way to do that. They may link up with one, but that's about it. But never just having each other's back. Let me get on your track, you get on my track. Let's get on each other's tours. It's never like that. That's all I wanted to say. It's just irritating.
Right. Thank you so very much for calling in, sister. A018 calling you on the air. Thank you.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Hey, I just wanted to say I really do like Meghan. I like Cardi. I love my girl Nicki. But I wasn't feeling the song. I'm entitled to my opinion. Everybody has their own opinion. I just didn't like it. I'm glad that they were able to come together and make that song, because Cardi is, even though she hasn't been making music, she still is out there. And Meghan likes to make music with people that are already up there, because she's still trying to climb that ladder. So, I mean, I guess this is cute, but what would really be nice is if Cardi put her feelings to the side, is Nicki, after she drops the baby, puts her feelings to the side with no one else, and those two just talk about it and make something happen. I think that if they made something happen, it would start, oh God, can you imagine the two that everyone wants to hate each other? Can you imagine what they would do?
Yes, I think that would be a dope record.
It would be. It really would be. you have two dominant females, I think it will work out. That's all. I just wanted to say that. Oh, and yes, Cardi did call Black women roaches on several occasions, but that's all I wanted you to know. I was trying to tell you in the chat.
Yeah, I know she did. And like I said, I have said some problematic things. Cardi have said some problematic things. And again, you live and you learn. Do I think that she should be counseled for the words that she said? No, because I shouldn't be counseled for the things that I've said. I've said some crazy things that's out of my mouth. I don't think she should be saying it again. I haven't heard. Yeah, I think that she need to continue to do her music and being successful. Thank you for calling in.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right. So let me bring these other two ladies back on. 1950, you back on, and Anonymous, you back on.
Hey, Wiley, thanks so much for bringing me back on.
Yes.
I just want to say a couple things. First, I love the video, and the song is super catchy. I think it's a strong contender to be actually the song of the year. I think even though their verses weren't necessarily the strongest, it didn't have like a lot of metaphors or bars or like really strong like lyrical content, I think that the song is extremely catchy and should do well. I'm not here to bash Cardi or to say like no one else does problematic things. I just feel like, in my opinion, some of her supporters have a different set of rules for her and other people. And let's get real, Cardi's never been canceled. Like, the general public loves her, the media loves her. Like, it's only like a fan base, certain members of a fan base of a person that she tried to physically assault, like an issue with her. But more likely than not, like, people love her. Like, she's a very well-liked individual. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. I can't have any control of how she identifies, but I do want to point that there are serious issues with like how people in the Dominican Republic like operate socially that like haven't been addressed by herself, and who's to say that she's the right person to address them? But yes, like, people of her phenotype do have the right to oppress dark-skinned people in her country. That's all I gotta say.
Thank
you so much, Wiley, for
Thank you. All right, Anonymous, what's your closing thoughts on that?
My closing thoughts is go stream, download WAP. It's still #1 trending on YouTube, 27 million views in 24 hours, which is impressive and amazing. It had 2 million views within 1 hour, and it was already streaming #1. And my closing thoughts is, listen, let's put the past in the past. Let's move forward. Let's push these women to embrace each other and to kind of collab with each other to move women in a different way. You know what I'm saying? We haven't had, women, come together in a long time. Like, it's been so many years since we've seen that. So it's a beautiful thing to see these women come to go together. It was awesome to see Meghan and Nicki on the track together, Cardi B and the City Girls, Nicki and Doja, and now you got Cardi B and Meghan. That's a beautiful thing. So let's embrace that, and let's kind of like push past that. Like, we all do things and problematic things to each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, your homegirl can do something reckless to you, you forgive her. You can't hold this girl accountable for things that she said in the past. And like, how long are you planning on holding something over somebody's head? That's the problem with women. Like, women will hold things over women's head forever, but they so quick to forgive a man. Like, your man can cheat on you and you be forgiven and you be back with him the next day. You know what I'm saying? Your man can slap you and then it's like, oh baby, I'm sorry, and you back with him the next day. He can call you a B, he can call you a hoe, and then it's like, oh baby, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that, and you forgive him the next day. But you're gonna hold that Cardi B called somebody a roach. Like, please, let's move forward. Let's move women into a different light, a different spectrum. Let's support, women coming together, women empowerment. And that's all I got to say on that. Stream and download WAP.
All right, I feel you on that. Thank you so much for calling in. All right, the ladies that called in, they expressed how they feel. We respect that. Thank you so very much for that.
Exclusive. That's right. Bringing you the best in politics and celebrity gossip. This is the Wiley Show.
I need to listen to that, okay?
Don't stop. Keep it going.
All right, 7285. You live on the air. 7285. 7285. 404.
Yeah, this is in response to the girl who was just talking about, I guess not holding it against Cardi, that she calls black girls roaches. Yeah, we kind of need to hold it against her. I mean,
You still there?
oh, I'm sorry, my phone went out. I'm sorry about that. But we kind of need to hold it against her because she can't get a pass with that. Like, we just, in this climate, with what's going on with black girls fighting for their rights and fighting for equality, like, we just can't continue to give her a pass. And her calling black girls roaches is not the only offensive thing that she's done. She's done a few different things. And I don't think that Cardi has any allegiance to black culture. When she posts videos on Instagram, they don't even play hip hop music in her life, in her house. They're playing that Spanish music. This girl is just nothing more than a gimmick. She has people that write for her, that make her look how she is, and she has this fake persona about herself. And I just don't think that she gives anything to the culture. I don't think that she should be given a pass. I think she should be completely excommunicated from rap altogether and from music. I mean, her music doesn't bring anything. She's not a likable person. What is she sticking around for? Because some Jews are making money off of her? I don't even understand what she's sticking around for. I don't think she should get a pass for calling black girls roaches, because she meant something deeper than you're just a roach. That was a slight at a black girl's complexion. And I find it really ironic that she had a light brown daughter with nappy ass hair.
90
you
seconds.
Gotta be careful what you say to and about people.
Okay. All right. Thank you for calling in. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Hey, Wiley, I had to call back in to address this caller. Are we still holding the city girls responsible for when Young Miami called Haitian girl dirty and saying that Haitians stink and she don't like Haitians from an old tweet that Young Miami posted however long ago? Are we still holding the city girls responsible for that? I just want to know if we are going to do the same thing for the city girls that we want to do with Cardi. I want to know, are we still holding Nicki Minaj accountable for saying black girls tragic, and she said she don't give a fuck, and she said this, she said that. I just want to know, are we still holding Nicki Minaj accountable for the same things that you want us to hold Cardi B accountable for? This is what I want to know. I want to know if what applies to Cardi B applies across the board to all women that have said and have done problematic things. Please let me know.
All right.
Okay. Yes. Have you heard? The Wiley Show is expanding and will now be on Station Head every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's right. Download Station Head today. You won't, because you don't want to miss Wiley being raw and unfiltered. The Wiley Show every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on Station Head.
Let's do it, y'all. Turn this on.
All right. Wow. Shout out to all the ladies that called in. Thank you all for the donations today. Thank you all for that, because my butt is sore. Somebody told me you on Cardi B payroll. No. If I was on Cardi B payroll, I'd be in a whole nother place and a whole house by myself. I was on her payroll. Okay. No. But if you want to send us topics of what to talk about, you are more than welcome to DM us what's going on, what topics you would like for us to discuss. Let us know in the comments, or you could DM me, or you could email me at wileyshow@gmail.com, because I would like to know. This show was lit. Y'all came through it. First of all, let me get a round of applause, because the women, y'all had to come through today with y'all statements. Thank y'all so very much. Make sure y'all give, because this video will not be monetized. Y'all did that today. Thank you. All right, so I will see y'all again. Woo. Thank you. No, she doesn't get a pass. She needs to be held accountable. It's just like calling somebody in word why she should get a pass. Cardi doesn't have the right skills to demand anything. A female needs respect. I'm gonna preach, call her preach. It's not hard to apologize. The City Girls album didn't go anywhere, and what that tell you? They say, "Yikes! None are perfect. If you support, support. If you don't want to support, don't." People bring up Black Girls Tragic with Nicki all the time. They said hold her accountable for writing raps as well. If you have told all female rappers accountable for their actions, say it does it to me across the board. Y'all just doormatch, right? Because Nicki called herself. Wow. Okay, I'm really all right. Thank y'all for y'all comments. A lot of y'all that comment today. Peace and blessings to y'all all. Ladies, y'all did that. Ladies, y'all did that today. They came through today. Y'all came through. She is a likable person. Thank y'all. I will see y'all later. Let me go give you some more content for tomorrow.